Welcome into Inside the LPGA Podcast, the official LPGA Tour podcast, and I'm so excited. This is the third episode, which is crazy. I feel like we were just launching this thing. To say that we are now on the third episode is wild. But it is a great week. I am in New York. Emma is in New York. Adam is in Louisville, or however you say it.
Louisville.
But I can't ever say it. I always say it wrong. But we are going to talk about some very exciting things. But first and foremost, how are we doing, guys? Emma, you start. How's it going?
I am killing it. I had a bit of a rough week last week on the Epson Tour, but I'm very excited. I'm in New York. I'm the sponsor invite again here at Mizuho America's Open. I am so excited. Michelle's the host. We got all the fun gifts this morning, which I'll show you later. But I'm just very happy to be here. My dad's going to caddy for me again. And I'm just really looking forward to another good week. I feel really good about my golf game and I feel good mentally, physically. So expecting a good week ahead, and hopefully I can get reshuffled in.
Yes, love that. Yeah. Adam, what's going on?
Yeah. Yes, I am on site at the PGA Championship this week in Louisville. Very, very nice pronunciation.
Thank you.
There, Hope. We're back at Valhalla. More importantly, though, Emma, I'm in your home state this week, so I'm going to try to track down some bourbon as the week goes on, and see what happens come Thursday here at the second major of the year on the PGA Tour on the men's side. But of course, we'll be having at least an eye, half an eye, more than half an eye on everything that's going on up your way on the LPGA Tour, especially after last week and that incredible duel on Sunday, which we're obviously going to talk about very, very soon. But just got here to Louisville, so I'm excited for another big week ahead.
Do you actually think the grass is blue
at the second major of the season? I have not yet seen
the
blue hue of the grass, but Lexington is the big horse place, right, Emma?
Louisville,
or is the whole state
too,
the horse
Lexington,
state?
Louisville, yeah.
Yes. Kentucky Derby? That was like last week?
I want to go so bad.
I've never been to the Derby, but I've been to Keeneland where a lot of the horse races are. So I've been to horse races, but I've never been to the Derby. I hate to say this is kind of lame of me, but the Derby's always in May, like at the end of May, which is like the worst time to as a golfer. Like, I'm going to take off a tournament so I can go to the Derby. Like,
go to the Kentucky Derby.
So
yeah, that's fair.
Been. Yeah. How's your week, Hope?
It's good. I was at the Cognizant Founders Cup last week. Very busy week, per usual. I feel like we say that every week. We're like, we're so busy, but like that's just the name of the game.
I know.
Exactly. So it was a great week. I'm in my favorite city in the world, so I'm thriving. Yeah, I did some ESPN Plus, which was really cool. Also, like, so hard, and I have a newfound respect for, like, all course commentators because it takes a crazy amount of prep, and even then, I still was like, I could do more. Like, I could do more prep. Like, it's insane. But anyways, great week, and I'm so happy that we're all here together. Just a quick preview of what we're going to be talking about today for those listening or watching. We're going to talk about Cognizant Founders Cup. Obviously, Adam already mentioned it. Rose freaking dominated. It was so cool. And then we're also going to preview this week at the Mizuho America's Open. And we actually chatted with the host, Michelle Wee West. So stay on here. It's coming in the episode, and it was a great chat. So excited for that. But first and foremost, we gotta go over our slays of the week.
Oh, I know what mine is. I'm the sponsor invite, so it's probably going to be my slay next week when I'm hoisting the trophy above Nelly and Rose. But
period.
Right now, I'm just in the event. So that's my slay of the week. And
you gave yourself a chance.
I'm here, and I got a chance.
Yes, I can't wait to meet your dad this week.
He's the best. I know. I got a good daddy-o.
I can't wait to meet him. Adam, what's your slay of the week?
I gotta just give a shout out to my wife. My wife is like just holding it down at home. Happy Mother's Day to her a couple days ago. She's just the best. This is kind of like the busiest time of the season. You were talking about golfer time, and this is our busy time too when we're on the road a lot. And so my wife's her name's Steph, and we have a daughter. Her name is Emma. I think I mentioned this before, but Steph's just killing it at home. So definitely a big sleigh of the week and every week. So I wanted to give her a shout
Good job, Adam.
Yes.
Golf clap.
We love that.
Hope, what about you? What's your big sleigh?
My sleigh is not a personal sleigh. My sleigh is the fact that freaking Nelly Corda went to the Met Gala, and honestly, I'm still not over it. Or a camera drop.
About that.
Wow, that was so fired up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, it was...
Okay, her dress.
I was freaking out. It was amazing. It was amazing. This might sound crazy, but I'm going to quickly explain what the Met Gala is in case some people listening or watching don't know, because not everybody does. And I actually explained it to a few people at the tournament last week. It's like the Super Bowl of fashion, essentially. And it's there's a theme every year, and it's kind of based around art. And Nelly got invited, which I think she's the second golfer ever to get invited other than Tiger Woods.
Oh my gosh.
She killed it. So
she absolutely killed it.
That's my sleigh. But it's not really mine. But I talked to her about it, and she said it was awesome.
That was going to be my question back to you, Hope. Did you end up chatting with her about it? Because even as a complete third party observer to the Met Gala and all that it is, I was this is pretty sick that she was there. And I think to your point, second golfer ever, first one was Tiger Woods, and now Nelly Corda.
Cool.
Awesome.
She looked beautiful. She looked absolutely beautiful. Her dress is beautiful, and I think she just carries herself with a lot of class. So she just was so beautiful, and she fit the garden theme, which I thought was amazing.
She did, and she hit her poses. She said that she was really nervous to pose. She was practicing in the hotel room and was stressing out. And she said that Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son, came up to her. Yeah. And was just introduced himself and just started talking to her. So we love Jaden Smith.
Yeah, we do. And Jaden Smith is best friends with Justin Bieber, and maybe she'll become best friends with the Biebers, and then I can become best friends.
And then we can all become best friends with them. No, but that's my sleigh. Since this is the LPGA Tour podcast, I guess we can go ahead and talk about the LPGA.
Golf.
Yeah, I guess. So let's just start with talking about last week, the Cognizant Founders Cup. Rose walked away with the win, and leading into the final round, her and Madeline were so far ahead of everybody. The next player was 11 back from Madeline. So it was essentially match play.
I just think it's pretty cool. Obviously Rose kind of did a mic drop last year. First tournament as a professional golfer, she wins, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think everybody on tour was pretty shocked because the depth out here is just so deep. It's really hard to win, and then just to come out and just do it the first time, okay, I'm here, sure. Everybody. And then, I don't know, I don't know what all she's had to deal with, but from my perspective, Rose has had a lot of media, a lot of obligations, and you also have to learn all the golf courses and learn how to travel and do all the things. And so she's had a lot going on her rookie year. And then obviously this week last year was her rookie. This tournament this past week was the end of her rookie year. She is officially starting her second year on tour this week. And so she got 2 wins under her belt in her rookie year, which is pretty sick. And obviously we all think the world of her. She's so humble. I saw some of her interviews, and
she's so humble.
And just seems like a great person. So I think she's just a really good advocate. And I don't know if advocate's really the word.
No, yeah,
but she's just she's just such a good face for the LPGA Tour and has already done a lot in 1 year. Yeah. And I can't imagine what she's going to do in the future. And then I have to give Madeline. I mean, Madeline's gone through a lot as a person.
Right.
She had sexual abuse when she was younger. So she's gone through a lot as on a personal level. And then we played together when she was at LSU, and she's just a great player.
True,
And we played together in 2016 on Symetra Tour, Epson Tour, and she finished first place. She had won the most money of anyone ever, and it was like $120,000 or something like that.
Wow.
Finishing first, like. So that just shows like where golf is going. But it was really cool to see. I mean, it was truly a 2-person race. My husband, like I said before, caddies. And I was like, how in the world are they so far ahead? And just a shout out, like he caddies for Gabby Ruffles, who finished 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to be like, what are they doing? And he was literally like, I have no idea what golf course they are playing.
Because it wasn't Upper Montclair.
Yeah. Obviously, the other 142 players were probably thinking the same thing. Like, what are they playing? Like, I don't understand. So very cool that they won, and very exciting to say the least, especially Rose coming down the stretch with some birdies, and basically, like you said, match play. Like, very, very cool.
I think the unique thing from sort of a, two against everybody perspective is that Rose and Madeline were the only 2 golfers last week that shot all 4 rounds in the 60s. Mm-hmm. And so they were like so far ahead of everybody else and just absolutely like stepped on the necks of everyone else in the field. Like they destroyed the golf course. And so, quickly, because we're talking here just to like paint this picture. So Rose Zhang ended up winning the tournament at 24 under par. Madeline Sagstrom, she was second. She finished at 22 under par. And then Emma, to your point about Gabby Ruffles, she finished 3rd, tied for her best result ever on the LPGA Tour. And she finished at 9 under.
Yeah.
Wow.
9 under.
Crazy.
She was 3rd. And Madeline was 22 and Rose was 24. So that kind of just that explains why we as a collective, to the listeners, like why we are kind of zooming out from just the minutia of the golf tournament and kind of thinking this is a spectacular, maybe once in a lifetime kind of performance situation that ended up unfolding. Birdie's 14, Birdie's 15. I got it here in front of me. Par 16, Birdie's 17, and Birdie's 18. Shoots, so that's 4 birdies in her final 5 holes. Yep. Shoots 4 under on her back 9 to win by 2 shots.
She's definitely feeling herself.
Oh yeah, as she should.
She was dialed. She was dialed. Like
blackout.
It's just it was incredible. Like and you're following on the leaderboard, and you're taking a look, and then all of a sudden you're like, this is it's jarring. Like you scroll down and you're like, how is like who what where, like just shocked. 1,000,000%. So obviously by the time people are going to be listening to this, that's going to be in the rear view. Like we're into the next week.
Totally.
But from a week that was, let's look back on the year that was when we get to the end of November, like that effort from Madeline and from Rose is going to be, it's going to be one of the top highlights of the year for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And it could be a little Solheim Cup preview, which is really cool. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
I
actually, while we're on this topic right now, I want to do our KPMG performance insights, because this really just shows what Rose did and how hard it was to win and how she came back and won. So I'm going to just read it. Standing on the 14th tee today, Rose Zhang had a less than 10% chance of winning the golf tournament. She birdied 4 of her last 5 holes to win by 2 strokes. So on the 14th tee, she had 9.9% to win, 15th tee, 14%, 16th, it just kept going up. And it said, Zhang did not make a putt longer than 5 feet in the first 12 holes. She made 3 of them in her brilliant closing stretch to get the win.
That's sick. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sick. So yeah, there's that. But that kind of leads us.
Golf is good.
It's so good. And kind of like you've talked about, though, Emma, like the depth on this tour, I think that just shows like how crazy it is.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure, I don't know, Adam might know this. Like I know Madeline's been playing well, but like I think Rose missed the cut at Chevron or Wilshire. And then, like it's not like she's been killing all year.
Yeah.
Kind of what I've been saying is like, the depth on this tour, anyone can win at any given point. Like, we haven't even touched base on Madeline since we've been on this podcast.
Yeah.
And Madeline is one of the best players in the world and a Solheim Cup player for several years. And we haven't even gotten to her because there's so many good players on the LPGA Tour.
Yeah. Wrote kind of just a total fair to Midland kind of season. She missed the cut at the Chevron, you're right. Missed the cut at the Fort Championship. Did pretty good at the match play, if you remember, but was kind of a ho-hum week at the JM Eagle LA Championship. She finished tied for 32nd. So, yeah, Emma, to your point, 100%. Like, there wasn't, signs per se. Like, it wasn't like someone was trending, like, really just ready to rock, like, about to break out for another win. And I think your line about anyone can win, there's 130 golfers in a field. For the most part, they're gonna take care of business if it's their week.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
So
moving on.
Crazy. It was just a great week.
Basically,
I know.
Rose is good.
Rose, heck yeah, she is. And we're gonna make our picks in a second. So everyone stay tuned. But I first want to just kind of intro this week because I feel like this paves the way. Obviously, Rose winning. She is now defending this week. What a crazy 2 weeks for her. And there's something about her in New Jersey, because also at the KPMG last year, she finished tied for 8th, which is also in New Jersey. So she likes Jersey, apparently. But to win...
I do feel like... Sorry, I'm
go ahead.
Interrupt. I do think, I was actually chipping and putting today, and I do think these Jersey courses, like the bent grass, I like it as well. Like, I think that if you're not a Bermuda player, if you're not a fescue player, like, this grass in Jersey, I know that sounds weird, but, like, it's so good, and it's bent. So it's just, like, it's a different game, and I kind of like Jersey as well.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, but it's interesting with Rose, because, she has always played well in Jersey, and I wonder if it's like the grass.
Yeah, the grass.
Not that she's good, but I think it must work well for her. Yeah,
it's such a golfer comment to be like, I think it's the grass. We just vibe.
I truly think she likes bent grass.
It would make sense though. Speaking of the golf course, like, Emma, what do people have to do well this week? Like, what do people have to be dialed in on in their game?
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier, and this golf course, there's a lot of risk and reward. However, I don't think the reward is, last year I learned, I had a pretty good finish here last year, not great, but good. And I know, some of the risks you really want to take, the drivable par fours, you really want to take some of those risks, but at the end of the day, it's not really worth it. But now that we've all played, or a lot of us have played the golf course once, it'll be interesting to see what girls do. I'm probably not going to go for the drivable par 4 this year because, if you're not on the green, you're kind of screwed. There's water on the right, a bunker left to a downhill slope. There's a lot going on. But there's a lot of risk and reward on this course. You can go for flags that may not necessarily be a bad decision, but if you miss it in the wrong spot, it can be really hard up and down. So I think that it's a second shot golf course. Okay. The rough's not really thick or anything, but your approach shots, you have a lot of longer irons. It can get kind of gusty out here and windy. The weather's going to play a factor this week. So it's definitely, for me, in my eyes, maybe people will say something different, but I think it's a second shot golf course.
I want to talk about just the tournament in general. It's a really cool format. It's with AJGA girls, and as we already talked about, Michelle Wee West is the host. So just Emma, talk on how cool it is that she's able to kind of do this and everything that she's doing for this tournament, because she's doing the most for it.
She's doing so much. She was on Jillian. She was on Jimmy Fallon. She's hosting this great event. Taylor Swift wore her bracelet that now she's I don't know if she's the owner or if she's just part owner. I don't really know what is, but with this jewelry company. And she's just doing so much for golf. Obviously, she did a lot for golf when she was out playing. Her name has always been big. She's always kind of been a celebrity, especially even at a young age, like playing in a PGA Tour event and all that kind of thing. She's a U.S. Open winner. But she still just continues to vibe with the LPGA and women's golf and really women's sports. Like, she is a big advocate for women's sport and women's golf and the LPGA Tour, and she's doing so much on a big scale. And I really think it's cool what she's doing. You know, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I thought it was kind of weird last year us playing with junior golfers because they don't, like, their etiquette's not great. Like, you can definitely tell they're juniors. But after the event was over, like, I played with Anna Davis and I played with a couple other girls. A girl that goes to Wake Forest, Macy Pate, who's a really good golfer. I think she won ACC Freshman of the Year too.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's you get to see kind of what the next generation is like. And after the event was over, I had a different perspective than on the Monday of the tournament versus the Sunday. I was really impressed with, like, how well they did, and just, like, the next generation of golfers, they're so good. And I think Michelle's idea of this, it just shows, like, the impact she's going to have, because she is a great person inside and out. She's doing so much for the game of golf and women's sports. And now she's making a huge difference. She's not just hosting a tournament. She's also, like, making a difference for the next generation. Yeah. So she's just, like, a cool person. She has a lot of, like, she did the tie-dyed t-shirt or the sweatshirts. Like, she has so many good ideas, and she's really smart, and she's
like a businesswoman.
So, like,
yeah, she's super and she's super connected.
Yeah.
I think
so
Emma,
connected.
Which is kind of what you were saying. Yeah.
And so I just think she's so good for women's golf.
She is.
I don't think we can thank her enough from, like, a player perspective, because she has so much pull and she's done so much for the game. So I really look up to her. Like, I think every golfer in the world would want her second life. Like, the second life that she has is pretty cool. And she also I found out she did, like, a women's luncheon for Mother's Day for all the girls on tour that are moms. And, like, that's just, like, the genuineness of her heart, you know.
I just got the chills, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just, like,
I'm so sensitive.
She does all these business things.
She's doing a lot.
But then she also thinks about, like, what's the right thing to do. And I think it's cool that she's able to balance, like, business.
Yeah.
And then, like, hey, I really want to show these women, like, I care about them. And I just think that's,
totally.
like, that would be hard to balance, but she does it. And it's because she's Michelle Wee West.
Before we toss to the interview, because we are about to do that, Adam, who is your pick for this week?
Is it our co-host?
I think it is.
In the tally.
EMMA, to borrow the parlance from the Nelly,
literally
from the other week.
I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry, Nelly, but
we don't need that.
There's a new girl in town.
I will very briefly. I think, Emma, to your point about this strokes gained, or excuse me, to your point about second shot golf course, Rose is right there. Strokes gained approach the green. She's in the top 10 on the season. Jin Young Ko is pretty much first on tour in strokes gained approach the green on tour in KPMG. So, you know, when you look down that list, Megan Kang.
That's right.
Yeah, if you see anyone out for pizza, New York slice, maybe they have a bad slice or something. Or
oops.
Oops, did you hurt yourself? I don't know, but Emma, I think we and our listeners, like, the fact that you are playing in the tournament is so unique and so exciting for people who are fans of the LPGA Tour. So I think to contend, this week, you've seen the golf course a couple times. Let's take everyone else's performance out and just focus on you. What is it that you are going to have to do to have success, and what is it that you're going to have to create success from what? If you're going to want to have a good result at this golf course.
It's very interesting. I feel so good about my game right now, and it's not because my game's the best it's ever been at the moment. Mentally, I'm better than I've ever been, and I think it's because I have finally realized this isn't my identity. Like, golf is just something I do, and for the last 6 years, it's been so hard. I've had so much pressure on myself, and I just felt like I had to be perfect. And because of the coaching and because of, like, doing things like this, I've really realized, like, it's just like a chess game. Like, you make your move, then you make your next move, and then you make your next move. And I've been very humbled, like, playing on the LPGA for 7 years, and then like having to go back to Epson Tour was very humbling, and it's been very hard. And I told the Callaway guys today, I was like, I've never been so inspired to play well, because I don't know if the listeners know this, but we have reshuffles throughout the year, and the next reshuffle is actually after this tournament. So if I play well, because I finished 105 last year, you have to stay top 100 to keep your card. If I play decent this week, I can get reshuffled and I have my job back. So it's a big week for me, and obviously, like, I just want to know at the end of the day, like, that I did everything I could. And like I told you guys, my dad has the best record on my bag of any caddy, and he's caddying for me this week. So it almost brings a tear to my eye, because I'm just very thankful for this opportunity and a chance, because I just feel like I haven't played great on Epson Tour, but I'll be honest, like, it's just really hard. I'm away from my friends. I'm away from my husband, who I'm used to traveling with out here. Like, it's just been really, really lonely and really, really hard. So I didn't know that I missed the LPGA as much as I did, but here I am. I have a chance, and I actually feel good. Like, Wilshire was kind of my first, like, dip of my foot back into the LPGA, and it was such a busy week. I feel like I didn't even get to play golf, but this week I feel like, I've been able to play some golf tournaments the last few weeks, and I'm ready. I'm actually ready to play golf, not just like socialize and shoot the bull. So, I'm very excited. Awesome. But I do want to show you guys, before we move on to Michelle, we got our player gifts this week, and let me tell you something. If you want to get invited to a tournament, this is the one to get invited to, because I'm about to show you guys. We got these. I'm about to be an influencer.
Yes, give us a haul.
They go like this.
Yeah, full unboxing.
They go like, they put their hands up. Like,
they do.
This is my Air Force Ones that I got with the Liberty National
so cute
logo on it. We got this super glue. That's a sunscreen that Michelle also is
that Super Goop?
She's a baller. Yeah, Super Goop.
I love Super Goop. I use it like every day.
Is it Super Goop, not Super Glue?
Me, Michelle, we got a gift card to her thing, and then we got some.
What is her thing?
Blush. Some new blush.
Her jewelry.
Her jewelry.
Okay.
And then we got some new sunnies that I picked out. There we had 3 different types.
Oh,
I to use. They're mirrored. They're not really my vibe, but I love them. And then we got this. And then my favorite thing that we got, guys. Last week they said everyone watches Nelly Corda. But this week it says everyone watches women's sports. And I'm obsessed with it. I kind of got a bigger one so that I could wear like leggings. But it's like so nice. I love it. So I'm going to be sporting that around New York City this week.
We caught up with Michelle Wee West, the hostess with the mostest, and she just announced something very, very special, so roll the interview. I am so thrilled to be welcoming Michelle Wee West. She does not need an introduction. She definitely does not. She's a major champion. She's a mom. She's the hostess with the mostest this week. But here she is. So, Michelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited. I can't believe a whole year has passed. It's crazy. It's like my favorite week of the year. I get to see all my friends and, all the new faces on tour and all the hopeful the new stars on tour. So it's a really fun week for me.
Yeah. No, I love this week. I was here last year, and it is honestly one of my favorite stops on tour, getting to stay in the city and take the ferry over. So I'm excited to get this tournament underway, but we got to start with the announcement that you made last night. For people that maybe missed it or didn't see, can you tell everyone watching what your exciting news is?
Yeah, we're expecting baby number 2. Yeah.
So exciting.
We're very excited.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it, do you know when you're due, or if you're having a boy or a girl, or are y'all even gonna like find out before?
No, yeah, we're having a boy. McKenna's very excited to have a little brother. He's due in October. Yeah, she's very excited. It's been really cute to be part of that process and kind of watch her get into like the big sister role. Yeah, she's very excited.
Oh.
Is she 2 years old right now or
No, she's
3?
about to turn 4, which is absolutely crazy.
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
What?
I
What?
That
know.
I
is
mean, I was like,
wild.
in my head, she's tall, so I was like, I'm pretty sure she's little,
No.
but I also
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, no, it's time flies, truly. Yeah.
Oh, oh, that's like the perfect age because she can actually
Oh,
help
yes, thank
you.
God.
Like she can
Thank
actually
God.
You're like, I need
like
it.
do things.
I need all the help.
And she'll be going to kindergarten.
No, pre-K technically, but yes,
Okay.
almost kindergarten. It's just
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
she was born yesterday.
I
That's
know,
so
same.
wild. Wow. Okay, well, congrats. I just wanted
Thank
to
you.
start with that because it's so
Congratulations.
exciting.
Thank you.
Um, but I mean, let's talk about the tournament this week. Like we said, you are the tournament host, hostess with the mostest. What have you like learned in this process, and how cool is it to be able to like have your name, put to a tournament like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think, being on the board, Emma, you've been on the board too, like you get to learn how hard it is to run a tournament, but actually
Mm-hmm.
being on the tournament side now, it's extremely hard to run a tournament. Like what the staff
I
does
bet.
this week is like truly incredible, even just getting the volunteers here and whatnot. But, we're just so lucky to have the support that we have. Like Mizuho
Oh,
is a great sponsor. Liberty National, the golf course, iconic venue, just so,
it
so
is.
excited to have us. You can tell the excitement by the Fireman family. And, Stephen, who runs food and beverage for Liberty National, I've been talking to him for months leading up to it now, and he's so excited. Like, even for the pro-am party, he
Oh,
invited all of his Michelin star chefs to come, and we're going to do like a huge tasting around the world, because he
that's
wants to show,
awesome.
yeah, he wants to show the players like the best of the best. And you can tell
Mm-hmm.
by player dining, you can play by the
So
tea
cool.
gifts, you can just show by the excitement of everyone who's here.
Yeah.
We did an event at Mizuho, and it was amazing to see how many of their employees signed up to be marshals again this year. They had
Oh,
such
so
an amazing
cool.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you hear that from when we're players, how excited people get to have us there. But it's like it's truly amazing to see
Yeah.
on the other side, like the companies that are involved and everything. It's just like it's really cool to see how well respected the girls are here this week.
Mm-hmm.
With everyone's hotels being paid for at the
Oh,
Conrad. It's like
Totally.
50 steps away from the ferry. We updated the ferry this year, by the way, which is really exciting.
oh
I know
wow,
it's
Oh,
fancy.
cool.
fancy.
It's just like little things, we try to pay off the weather gods, but it's not really cooperating as well as we thought. But
It's not
hopefully, past
working
the
yet.
pro-am, it will be a lot, better.
I mean, this tournament is from a player standpoint, like everyone is always so excited
Mm-hmm.
to come here because it's totally like one of the best tournaments. You're in New York City playing at Liberty, an iconic venue. Like you said, we're staying in an amazing hotel. It's so fun. Everything is immaculate, and you do such a good job
You
hosting. And
do.
I think it's really cool that you've also brought in the next generation because last year I played with Anna Davis, who's a rock star,
Oh.
and she was just like such a cool person. And now I'm like a fan of hers, which is really cool because now, and it's just really a fun experience to see how good the next generation of golfers are going to be. And you do such an amazing job. And I don't think any of us can congratulate you, like from a player standpoint, how much you've done for the game because you
Mm-hmm.
really lifted the tour up. Like with while you were playing, you did it, but now post playing, like you're still doing it. So thank you so much from a player. We love
Aw.
you. We think you're amazing. Um, but not to like switch gears a little bit, but like, okay, how crazy was it to see Taylor Swift wearing your
Oh my
jewelry?
gosh.
That just
So
blew
cool.
my mind. I was
That's,
like, Michelle,
oh my God, that was like truly just insanity. I actually met her a few weeks ago, which is like a crazy story in itself. And like I like immediately looked down at her wrist and I'm like, oh my God, you're wearing it.
That
But
is
I
so
was just
cool.
like, I was so impressed, right? Because, usually, I don't know, people of that stature of, like she is the most famous person in the entire world. And she actually like took time to read about the company and she was like just so appreciative of it. And she like genuinely like shared that she loved it, and I was just like, oh my God, what? I was just,
I
is
would have
this real
That's
life?
melted.
so cool.
I think I
Yeah.
melted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like, A, I can't believe I'm talking to you. B, I can't believe you're wearing something like that I designed. It was just like, I'm like, where am I?
Wow.
Like my
That is
soul left my
incredible.
body.
What is
Yeah.
happening? You're like, I don't even know who I am. Wait, how did you
What's my
meet
name?
her?
Someone pour
Oh,
water on me. I was at the Patrick Mahomes Pro-Am,
Oh, okay,
and she was
cool.
there with
nice.
Travis.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Okay, so are you okay? One more question about. Sorry, I'm into Travis and Taylor. At first, I wasn't really because I was actually a fan of the New Heights podcast, and so like I asked Patrick, my husband, to get me a sweatshirt and everything, and like then they started dating. And I was like, all these Swifties are like making this podcast, blah blah blah. And then I was like, now I love them. So are you a fan of their relationship?
Oh my God, they're so cute.
They're
Like from day
adorable.
one,
I
they're
ship
so
it.
cute. Yeah, I mean, I think Travis is like one of the nicest guys, one of the most genuine human beings. And then, having met Taylor now and just
Cool.
seeing them interact is just like really cool. And it was like, I was there obviously for Patrick Mahomes celebrity thing. And like on the spot, she donated 4 of her Eras Tour tickets and it went for $80,000.
What?
Oh my God.
Like I don't even think
Boom.
they didn't say anything about like a meet and greet or anything like that. It was just like
Oh
straight up
my
like just 4 tickets
God.
to like anywhere on her Eras tour and it went for
That's
80 grand.
that's
That is
crazy.
insanity.
Insane.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's
Insane. That's so cool that you got to be a part of it too. Like
yeah.
such a
No,
cool,
I was
yeah,
just a fly in the
awesome.
wall. I was a fly in the wall, happy to be there, just soaking it all
Yeah,
in.
right.
Oh, well,
Yeah, right.
Michelle, I'll be your assistant if you ever need me to tag along. I'll be capturing social videos in the back. I want to ask you about Rose. Um,
Yes.
how epic was that? She won this tournament last year right after turning pro, and then she wins the tournament right before coming back to defend. How excited are you for her and proud of her? I mean, she's crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, she obviously did something so remarkable by winning her first pro event, but as you know, Emma, like your rookie year on tour is extremely difficult. You're
So
working
hard.
subconsciously, yeah, so much harder than everyone else because, we all know the golf courses. So, we're mostly taking Monday off. We know the golf course. We just need to play 9 holes and then play a 9 hole pro-am. But Rose is probably out there, trying to learn every single golf course,
Hmm.
get used to traveling, make friends, like it, and then handle the spotlight. It's tiring. It's really stressful. It's really hard. Plus, she's, back at school, trying to figure that out. It's the first year figuring that out. So,
Yeah.
overall, I think she did incredibly well her rookie year. And then to kind of have her gain confidence and, win last week, especially at Founders Cup, I think was extremely, really, really cool. Selfishly, as a tournament host of the Mizuho Americas Open, it makes for a great storyline
Yay.
heading into this week. So I'm extremely excited. And yeah, I would love to see her continue her run. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, she's so nice and so genuine, and like everyone on tour already loves her, and we all. I mean, I feel like I'm a vet now. I feel like she's a little sister to me now too, and she's just so sweet. And speaking of golf, Michelle, like back to you and your success. Um, do you still see yourself as a golfer? Like, do you miss playing competitively? Like, how cool was your career? And then you pretty much, I put you in the same categories like Lorena and Annika. You kind of were like, I want kids, I'm out. And like, you did it. And I think that takes a lot of courage because that just shows like that your identity is not in this. And I think that was really cool of you to just kind of be able to take that step. So, yeah, what's your relationship with golf right now? Do you play? Do you practice?
Oh, do I practice? Are you kidding me?
That's enough.
Yeah, I have played golf 4 times since July.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So do you miss
And
it?
it's not a conscious decision to not play golf. And just like, I don't have the time. Now I realize when people are like, I don't have 5 hours in the day to go play golf. Like, But yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, I just didn't have time. It's funny, I feel like I retired last year, but I do feel like pretty far removed from being like a professional golfer currently.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm so grateful for this experience this week that I get to come back every year and,
Yeah.
really get to stay in touch with the players and, be like go to player dining. It's like the little things that I really missed about being on tour. It's just
Yeah.
like, who will you see in player dining and like, catching up with them, catching up with the caddies.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's that part that I miss on tour. So I'm just like extremely honored that I get to experience that at least
Yeah.
once a year, hopefully more. But yeah, it just, life has been busy, life has been good. But the LPGA will always be near and dear to my heart. So I always try to, find a connection to get, to get back on tour. Obviously
Yeah.
not playing wise, but as much as I can,
Yeah.
help out.
Have you been able to reflect on your career? Because you pretty much, when you stopped, you became, I mean, you were a mom. So, I mean, have you been able to reflect on your career and like, are there any points that you're like, okay, that was really cool? And it doesn't have to be golf. Like even our traveling, like I look back now and I'm still playing, but the travel that we get to do is so cool to me. Is there anything that
Yeah.
pops up in your brain like, okay, that was actually really cool? Or is there something that you've been able to reflect on that's really meant the most to you other than this tournament? Because I think this is definitely one of the highlights.
Oh, for sure. You know what I think I took for granted was the travel, the
Yeah.
fact that we got to go to Singapore, Thailand, you know, all these places in Europe, and
Yeah.
it's just weird not doing that, and when you're talking conversations with like friends, like, oh, I really wish I could have gone and played St. Andrews. I was like, yep, did that a couple of times. It's just like I think you just like don't even think, yeah, I've been there, done that. I don't even
Yeah.
think about it. But it's funny because after I stopped playing, I actually got approached by a production company to, make my documentary, which I never thought I would do, but ended up doing it. I think it's releasing soon, or it's been
Oh,
released.
that's so exciting.
Um, yeah, so for a year, we've been reflecting on my journey. So I've done a lot of reflecting in the past year, and going through the old archives and it's pretty cool to see what I've done. Like obviously, like after you retire, like you're like, I wish I had won more tournaments. I wish I had done this or that. But I think it's still pretty cool what I've done. And I'm just sticking with that.
Just pretty cool. um, so Michelle, as far as like your life now, like where do you see yourself going forward? Do you want to continue to, do more tournaments? Are you just gonna hang out and be a mom? Like, where do you see yourself going forward in like 5 years from now, kind of thing?
I don't know. I think I heard life really changes after two, so we'll see. We have like a full family circus as it is, with our three dogs and all of
To say you
that.
have multiple
But
dogs too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, and they're like forever toddlers or like very large dogs. So
Mm,
it's difficult. But yeah, I always envision myself as a working mom. I love to spend as much time as I can with, McKenna and, and her baby brother. But I know that, my passion is also working and making a difference and, doing projects that I'm passionate about. It's something that I want, McKenna to see growing up.
yeah,
So yeah, I think that's just like a passionate thing of mine. I'm, working on a few projects and, hopefully can talk about them soon. But yeah,
fun.
I'm just trying to stay busy, trying to make an impact, and
Yeah.
yeah, being mom is definitely number one priority.
Okay, I have one more question about McKenna because I do know that she's just so sweet. And I also want to give you a shout out. You did a Mother's Day lunch or brunch yesterday for all the moms on tour, which is like the kindest thing that, I mean, that is just so nice. I don't know how the girls out on tour are doing everything. And I'm sure
That's crazy.
I know that meant the world to them. But okay, so cute. The other day on Instagram, you were posting about McKenna, her tennis lesson. Okay, how she was pretty good. I was impressed. And also,
Yeah.
like, are you like inside, like, my daughter's gonna be a rock star? Like, what what do you feel like? What's going on in your brain? Like, she's gonna be the next. Sebastian Corda.
It's funny, like because she's what, not even 4, and she moved up to the 5 to 8 age range already, Yeah, and she does tennis now. She does tennis 4 times a week.
That's amazing.
I know. Yeah, but it's funny. She does golf once a week, and I'm like, "What do you like more, golf or tennis?" She's like, "Golf." I'm like, "Okay, then we'll just have to do more golf then." But yeah, thankfully she's athletic like my husband because I am. You've seen it. I'm quite unathletic. I'm very good at golf.
That's
I'm
not
very
true.
unathletic. So unathletic. But it's been fun to see her. I don't know, like she does everything. She does, taekwondo. She does, swimming. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of letting her coaches
Little
kind of do it.
athlete.
Yeah, her coaches are very excited, which I kind of have to like rear them in a little bit. But yeah, she loves it. I could tell she likes being on stage. She
Yeah.
likes to perform in front of people and like be good, like be better than other kids at things. Like it really affects her when
It's
she's
in
not
the
the best at what she's
genes.
doing.
It
And I'm
literally
like,
is in her
oh,
gene pool.
yeah,
She's
like
like, I'm
Johnny and I,
competitive.
I'm
yeah,
an
she
athlete.
couldn't.
I'm gonna be number one.
Exactly. And she like struggled with like a backhand one day and she lost it. I mean, just like
Oh
lost it.
no.
And I was like, oh boy, this is terrifying.
Your mom's probably like, "This
Uh,
is what you get, Michelle."
oh my gosh. My parents are obviously loving it. They're like videoing her every swing and all of that. But yeah, I just,
Oh,
I
that's
think
so
at the end of the day,
cute.
I just want her to be passionate about something. So I'm like just her Uber driver, just taking her everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
I love that. Oh my God. I actually, speaking of athleticism, Michelle, we every week do a Instagram deep dive. So whoever we're interviewing, we go deep down in y'all's
Oh boy.
Instagram and find a nice little, she said, oh boy. So I have two. No, thankfully you are very active on Instagram. So I was able to scroll.
Thankfully
I
for
was like,
you.
yeah, thankfully for me. I was like, let's go. So this one, I hope you can see it.
Oh yeah,
Oh
athlete.
yeah.
Can you see it?
That was
Says
very
haters will say it's
photoshopped.
Photoshop. It actually looks
Because
pretty
it's
real. I'm
because
not
it's
gonna lie.
so obviously photoshopped.
I thought it
I
looked pretty
think
good.
I think it looks good too.
I was I was 10 inches off the ground. I
That's
don't know.
amazing.
There's another picture from that shoot, which they photoshopped again, is of me playing Quidditch. So
What was
and
this photo shoot?
it was for a Nike photo
Nike.
shoot, and I posted that as well. It's in my archives as well if you look hard enough. But yeah, that's from the same outfit. So yes, that photo
Oh
is
my gosh, that's
very,
so
very
good.
photoshopped. Yeah.
I
That's so
love
good.
that.
Okay, I can't wait to see which one,
Okay.
the other one you picked. This was hard, Michelle. We were like this one, this one, this one.
It was tough. So,
Just
but
don't
this
go on
one
my
I
old
think,
Twitter. I think there's like one that Golf Digest posts every year.
oh,
I think I made up like a phrase or something, and it was so fratty. I can't even begin. I don't even know what it means.
I didn't see it. Oh my God, I
It's
guess I didn't do my homework enough.
I think it's like Golf Digest, like your first tweet or something, and it was like the ultimate frat bro. Like I'm like,
You're
what?
like, who was I? Okay, this is the next one. And I had to really scroll for this.
Oh
You
yeah.
and Jess Corda in some great
So good.
outfits. I think at the Great Wall of China. Is that at the
Wait, we got to see that picture again.
Yeah, could
Oh
you see
God,
it? Sorry.
man,
Oh,
I was
so good. Your
I
I was
love
baby.
it.
young. Yes, that is on the Great Wall of China. That was really cool. So, Emma, every time we play in Asia, they make us do something funny. I feel like
Yes,
it's
Mm.
just
so
like a rite of
fun.
passage.
It's a rite of
And
passage.
we played at Rainwood, which is like just outside of Beijing, and our press that week was at the Great Wall of China, which is like the coolest thing ever. And they,
That's awesome.
put us in traditional Chinese wear, and of course we had to like play out some like Bruce Lee movie, which we thought, I don't know.
Absolutely. No, I love it. Honestly, like scrolling, you didn't really have like a big like you didn't have an awkward phase. I was like such an awkward child. And I was scrolling and I was like, these pictures are actually like fine. Like, how do I find something out of this?
I think it's because at
Michelle's
one
a
point,
savage.
no, I think at one point because I actually combed through and I deleted everything that was embarrassing.
Oh, okay, fair.
Good idea.
But if you actually think about my awkward phase, my true awkward phase, we didn't have Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat.
True.
It was just, plastered all over the news. I mean, the old interviews were pretty bad.
That's so scary.
I can't believe how high my voice was.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really embarrassing interviews out there. Like I remember I did 60 minutes, not 60 seconds. I did 60 minutes one time and the person was asking me, "Oh, how does it feel to push the envelope?" And I was like, "What does that mean?"
You're like, what?
You're probably a kid, right? You're like, I've never heard this.
Yeah, I'm an immigrant child. I don't know what pushing the envelope means. I never heard that in my life.
Stop. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That's something I would say. I mean, I'm like, I feel like we all have those moments in interviews when we were younger and we were like stars.
Yeah.
But you had so many, so I can't imagine. But my dad always used to say, like, you just make up words. Like, you just say whatever you want and they're not real words. I remember I said something about they were sneakily fast greens. And he's like, what?
He's like, not a word. Not in the dictionary.
Wait, sneakily? It's not a word? I could have believed it, to be honest.
It wasn't at the time, but it is now a word. My brother.
So you were just ahead of your time.
Yeah, you just made it up. The people just, you started a trend.
They're like, oh, Emma said it? Okay. It's in the dictionary now.
I'm so oblivious, but so good. I love that.
Okay. Michelle, we know you're a very busy woman, especially this week. So thank you so much for joining us and doing this. And it's going to be a great week. I can't wait to see how it unfolds. And I hope everything goes well. So thank you.
I need to say thank you to, I am the sponsor invite this week. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you, the whole team. I'm going to make you proud this week, y'all. Woo!
You are. Emma, I want to see you hoist the trophy this week. That's what I want from you as sponsor.
Bye, Rose.
Yeah. Please say that in your winner speech. I would die.
Bye, Nelly. Bye, Rose. Emma Talley is back.
It's Emma's time now. Sneakily.
New girls in town right now.
Sneakily. So good.
Oh,
Michelle,
my God.
it's great to see you. I can't wait to see you this week. Thank you for all you do for women's golf and women's sports and just being you. You're such a genuine, caring person. We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I can't wait to give you guys a big hug.
Yes. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Okay. So always great to catch up with Michelle. She's literally a rock star and I want to be like her when I grow up. But before we close out the podcast, we have to do our quick 9 where we all touch on 3 things just related to golf. So I will start. Number 1 is Minjee Lee. Minjee, so she got a whole new bag of clubs and she said that she's been working really hard on those clubs and she had I think it was her best finish of the whole season last week, finished tied for 7th. And I feel like once Minjee starts trending, you got to watch out because she will win. She will win soon. I'm calling it right now. Number 2, the women's game is growing and it's pretty cool to witness. 1, Michelle going on Jimmy Fallon, amazing. And also Nelly going to the Met Gala. I think that's just something we wouldn't have seen happen even just 5 years ago. So I think that's pretty cool, and I think it's a step in the right direction. Number 3, this is very simple, but Rose Zhang posted her Instagram oh my God, I can't believe I won, stuff like that. And Caitlin Clark commented on it and said, let's go. So I just thought that was so cool. I'm like, we have to get her to a tournament. But anyways, okay.
Everyone
next,
watch
Emma.
Women's sports.
You heard her.
Okay, so I'm going to do mine really quickly. Gabby Ruffles, my husband caddies for her. She's been playing so good her rookie year. I definitely think she's a player to watch. She had her best finish last week, 3rd place. She had a tied for 3rd earlier the year at PV. My second one is Allie Ewing. She's one of my best friends on tour. I think she's trending. She's always been a good second approach shot kind of gal, and this course is a second shot kind of player. And then lastly, I'm going to shout out Michelle again. Like, I hope you got to listen to her full interview, but she just is doing so much for the women's game. And I really think that I'm just inspired by her. She's an amazing person on and off the golf course and is doing a lot in sports. So thanks, Michelle. Okay, Adam, that was fast.
That was quick. Good job.
My gosh. Yes. Okay. That my number one, Nelly. Her winning streak is over, but what a run it was, and what a run it was for women's sports, women's golf. Like she transcended golf, not just men's golf, not just women's golf, but the sport. She became a sporting icon. So the winning streak is over, but shout out to Nelly. What a run. Now, hopefully we'll see it translate a little bit more as the major championship season for the LPGA Tour really gets underway very, very soon. Madeline, again, I think Madeline Sagstrom, got to give her a shout out. She didn't end up winning last week, but trending. We're talking about trending, and to read off some stats real quick. That's 2 top 10s in a row for her. She's 4th in driving distance on the season. She's 12th in greens and reg. She's 9th in birdies, and she finished tied for 13th at this tournament last year. So
let's go.
Watch out for Madeline Sagstrom sooner rather than later. Leona Maguire, she's going to be my final number 3. She's going to be my other person to watch this week. T7 last year. Funny, all of her stats aren't really pointing to someone who's having a really, really good season. Like, she's 121st in driving distance, but she's in the top 20 in scoring average. So somehow, some way, she is getting it done.
Yeah.
So
she's
a grinder. Leona Maguire, she's my number 3. Someone to watch, if not this week, then certainly again, as you get to these tough
good
golf courses, you got to grind it out. Pars are good. Watch out for Leona Maguire sooner rather than later.
Good job.
Wow. And there you have it, folks. There's our quick 9. So with all of that being said, I think that wraps us up here. So, Adam, Emma, thank you for joining me. Emma, good luck this week.
Thank you.
We are all cheering you on.
Thank you. Y'all come back now. You hear?
It's going to be great.
Early, but
wait. I have to say where to tune in. So if you're watching or listening to this podcast, just know that you can do both of those things. You can watch on YouTube and LPGA.com, and you can listen pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to watch the tournament this week on Golf Channel and Peacock.